Hey guys, another video for our Nature and Environment in Japan playlist. In some previous videos, we've sort of showed you some examples of how a lot of Japanese people like to buffer themselves from the environment, sort of protect themselves from the environment, covering themselves in masks and gloves and helmets and all sorts of things to protect themselves from what's going on around them. So this is sort of another example of that. So the weather's warming up in Japan, good beach weather, lots of people on the beach. But what you'll notice is lots of people here really trying to avoid getting sand on them or getting salt water on them or getting sun on them. So the end result is lots of people fully clothed with shoes standing up because they don't want to take their shoes off and get sand on their feet. They don't want to sit down and get sand on their bodies. So you'll see lots of people on the beach, fully clothed. There's a guy who's brought a chair to help buffer himself from the sand, protect himself from the sand on his chair, left his shoes on, got his hat on, avoiding any contact with the nature and environment at all is sort of the aim of lots of people here. And it's just, they're not comfortable. Here's a lady, here's a good example. She's covered just about every inch of her skin to protect herself from the sun. That's very common here. And then clothes head to toe, shoes. And you can see too, when you watch people too on the beach, you can see people looking uncomfortable, trying to avoid touching the sand. It's interesting, kids are the same all over the world, right? So kids don't worry about it. They're just wanting to get into the water and play in the sand. But then what you'll see is they'll run up to their parents, and their parents will raise their arms in the air and say, "Don't touch me, don't touch me," because the kids are covered in water and sand and the parents don't want to know about it. So don't touch me, stay away, stay away. I'm just standing here stroking the hoe. Lots of people stroking the hoe, of course, on the beach. So standing there fully clothed with their shoes on, stroking the hoe. Really look like they should be standing on a city street rather than standing on a beach. But really common here, and we showed you in previous videos, up above the sand, up on the grass, whole villages of tents where people bring a tent and a barbecue and chairs and plastic sheeting and build a little house up on the grass and sit up there all day, so they don't have to get sand on them and they don't get salt water on them, and they sit out there and they call it a day at the beach. Actually, quite often they call it camping. Go to the beach for 4 hours or 5 hours on the weekend during the day and take the tents. You can see the tents up there in the background. And they'll tell you they went camping on the weekend. And you say, "Where did you go?" "I went to the beach." "How long were you there?" 4 hours, 5 hours. But they call it camping. But you can see up there on the grass. And quite often people will just stay there 4 hours, 5 hours in the tent and then go home and don't even go in the sand. Very, very common. So for people who've come from a beach environment, when you see scenes like this, see the lady, that's that lady there again with the gloves and the plastic sheeting and the umbrella and everything else that she can possibly use to protect herself from the environment. So for people who've come from a beach sort of country or a beach environment, some of this stuff will be interesting to see the first time round and the 100th time round. More videos coming soon.